Hi there, I'm Kylie Mowbray Allen from Hello Media.
And I'm Jenny Walk from Elephant in the Room Consulting, and you're tuning into Bite Size Business Live Podcast, the show that helps business owners get clarity and insight to grow their dream business.
Whether you're launching, ready to scale, or figuring out what's next, we discuss the nitty-gritty, the hard bits, the opportunities, and the behind the scenes, and share how we've grown our own companies and helped others do the same.
We're glad you're here. Hi there, this is Jenny Walk from Elephant in the Room Consulting and Kylie Mowbray Allen from Hello Media, and you're tuning into the Bite Size Business Live Podcast, the show that helps small business owners get clarity and insight to grow their dream business. How are you today, Kylie? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you, Jenny. So lovely to be here with you again, and I'm super pumped for our topic, all
Me
about
too.
setting intention in business. Now, intention's a really interesting word, right? And I often talk about this one in general with people because someone will say, yes, I'm definitely going to try to do that. And I'm like, trying's already failing, isn't it? You actually got to set an intention and make it actually happen. As soon as you bring the word try into it, it's like, oh. So tell me what you think about try and intention.
Oh, I completely agree. The word try is you already telling yourself you're not going to do it. I feel like I might try and go to the gym, which means I'm not going to go to the gym, which it's not a priority. The term try is really around a cop out. You don't want to say no. Oh, I might try it on, or I might see, or let's see how it goes. All those kind of qualifications really providing you a cop out or an opportunity to say no without saying no. And it gives you an excuse essentially. So for me, intention is the difference between that and actually setting an intention is really commitment, right? Intention setting is around committing to an act or committing to the way you're going to show up is how I guess I describe intention. And it's such an important element. I spent this morning running an amazing workshop, or I thought it was a fun workshop anyway, for Queensland government in Southeast Queensland. And the whole conversation was around setting and developing your business planning. And one of the biggest conversations we started on was that purpose and vision and mission. And that really allows that clear direction. And the same way an intention is about clear direction setting. Why am I doing? What am I doing? And what am I committing to?
Absolutely. And I really believe that when you've set intentions, it gives you one of your favorite words, which I also love, clarity. And it really helps you decide where you're going to focus. But I also believe it helps you set goals. Once you've got an intention, then your goals come with that.
Oh, I completely agree. Because if you're into, and I guess to some extent, you could argue that intention and goals are very similar in the terminology, right? So my intention is to grow my business, and then you set goals around what that looks like. My intention is to work in a particular way or grow in a particular way or find a new market, and then you set your goals and activities around that. And I think what goes hand in hand with goal setting, though, is actually your personal intention in terms of goes back to that. How am I choosing to show up today? What is the intention behind what you're offering and what you're doing? And I think when you're setting goals, being really intentional about what you're doing and why that's going to benefit the business, not even the detail, but why am I setting this goal? What's the value of it? What is the value of the action I'm taking? How is it going to support me? Being really intentional about your actions actually increases your productivity and make sure that you're actually focusing where you need to your point, being clear.
I agree. So, for example, if I set an intention like I intend to get better sleep so that my body can be healthier. So that's my intention, is that I'm going to sleep better. But then what's the goal behind that? It's so I can work better, this better, because I want to have this amount of money to take this holiday, for example.
Yeah.
So I think the goals can be so much bigger, but the intention is the bit that's going to get you there. That's
completely agree. And to follow that on though, if you're talking about wanting to get better sleep and all the reasons why, being really intentional about your actions, then I'm going to make sure that I schedule my time so I finish by 5 p.m. So I have my hour with my family. So I have dinner, I do my evening routine, and then I go to bed and get a better night sleep. You're actually having that intention actually creates intentional action, and it's actually the intentional action that makes the change. So being really specific and understanding and mindful, if you like, about what you're doing and how it's impacting your broader goals or your broader outcome, I think is what intention and where intention becomes really important.
So tell me, Jenny, when you're working with a client and you bring up intentions, tell me what that looks like.
So to me, being into, I guess I talk around what is the actions we're going to take, what is the intention, what are the intentional actions. So it's about what are you doing, what are you mindfully doing, what are you doing on purpose. Okay, so it's probably worth saying. So what are you going to do on purpose? What is the actions that you're taking in order to achieve that outcome? So being intentional with your outcomes and setting those intentions is saying these are the things that I'm doing on purpose. I'm choosing to do these. I'm taking a step forward. So it comes to choice and deliberate action. So I think they all kind of link hand in hand. So when it comes to with clients for me, it might be around setting goals. So I'll say, well, let's look at the goal setting. Let's look at what you're trying to achieve. Now that we understand what you're trying to achieve, what are the actions that you're going to take? What are you committing to? What does the intention look like so that you're going to achieve that? Intention is also that motivator, right? When I have that kind of intentional action sitting there, it becomes a motivator and a drive. So when we're talking to clients, they kind of all link in together.
I really love that. It's definitely all about motivation. And what, at the end of the day, what motivates you to do what you do, to do this business? I just read a post a little earlier today from someone saying, my husband is literally constantly saying to me, why am I doing this business? It causes me stress. It causes me this, that, da, 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 da. But in this particular woman's case, it's so that she could be available to go on school class trips, that she could be available to work at the canteen. She can't go and get a job at Big W, for example, and then say, oh, I'm just ducking out for 3 hours to go to the zoo with my, or I can't do this and I can't do that. So having that control over her destiny in a way for that period of time that her child, she needs to be part of that.
And I think that's really important, particularly that point being, you know, being intentional about your business to me is an alignment of what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to achieve, and how I'm trying to do it. So when we run Empire Builders, and you would have remembered this from the times that you came both as a presenter and as a participant, is it's that intersection of what we love to do, what we're really good at doing, kind of what the world needs, and when we're going to get paid for it. Like we understand that's our purpose in business, but if we just take those two pieces and say, what am I trying to achieve? What do I love doing? And how does that align with the actions that I'm taking? That's being intentional. It's a choice. And so often, and the reason I wanted to talk about it today really is so many people kind of go on that kind of hamster wheel or rote model of what my business should look like. So I'm building a business, it's going to make money, I'm going to get customers. And particularly in the space we're talking digital marketing that you play, I'm sure so many people come to you and say, I need to build my funnel, I need to build my awareness, or I need to build my audience, but they don't really understand why they're building their audience. So if you understand what the intention of building your audience is, how that's going to impact, building and pushing people through the funnel so that they can know, like, and trust you and build raving fans so that they ultimately, build loyalty and connection with you. There's intention in each of those actions. When I see people who are just mindlessly going on about, posting things that have no relation or connection to the business, yes, they might be online and they're always there and they always show up, but it's not aligned. So that's not intentional action. And then you see it disconnecting from the business. So I think it's important, particularly whether you're playing in digital marketing, setting up a business, trying to grow your business, having a clear understanding of why you're doing it and how it aligns with what you're doing, that intention piece really is a game changer for setting your business up for success.
Absolutely. I think that you saying digital marketing as an example is perfect. Why sit back and think to yourself, why am I posting this on social media? Why am I actually making this effort?
Yeah.
Why am I sending a newsletter? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? It's got to have intention behind it so that you're not just wasting time. And of course, if you just keep doing it without considering what's your outcome, what's your goal, et cetera, what's your intention, you're not actually going to land with anyone.
And I remember this in one of the workshops I think you shared with me, maybe very early on in our People Purpose Profit workshop many years ago when we did the meetups, is that you were sharing when you talk through your your digital marketing kind of process and your methodology and your model, that piece around call to actions. And that's where I think intention becomes really important, because if you're putting up a post, it could be the best post, but if you don't understand why you're doing it and you don't have that clear call to action, nobody knows what they're doing. And if you don't have a clear understanding of what that post is supposed to achieve for you, how do you expect the person looking at it to know what you want them to do? And I think that's where intention in the digital marketing space that you play is so critical, and why you get such success with your clients, because you're constantly asking them, what are we doing at each of these stages? What are we trying to achieve? What's the intention or the outcome that we're trying to achieve through this process? So by knowing that, it allows us to set our actions far more clearly.
Absolutely. And let's take it back to your wheelhouse, and let's just even talk about the business plan. Without a business plan, where are you? So the business plan also has helped you setting intentions, right?
Definitely. Oh, the business plan for me is a compass. Like this morning's conversation was all around understanding all the elements that go into writing a business plan. And we spent a large portion of it around purpose, vision, and mission, because that's the intention, that's the direction your business is going. If you do not have clarity around your direction or your business purpose or even your vision, then you're literally just kind of flailing in the wind. And it's kind of like throwing a post out in the air and hoping it hits something. It's not going to work unless you have that clear understanding and intention about the actions you're taking. And that's literally the difference between successful businesses and those that kind of coast along with, they do okay, but there's no real success in their terms because they're not intentional about what they're doing.
Yes, I agree. And so it's about getting out of that messy middle, isn't it?
Very much so.
And being like, we're all at that messy middle at different times, but being able to get out of that because you've set your intentions, you've set your goals, and you know exactly how you're going to navigate your way there.
And that key word is navigation. And we talk about, when you see a lot of kind of health and well-being people talk about setting your intention for the day, priming for the day. What are you trying to get out of the day? What is the achievement? What do you want to achieve today? The same conversation we need to bring in each aspect of our business. We're all time poor, we're all resource poor potentially. And so if you're in that space where you're like, how do I divide my time and resources and energy across different parts of the business? Being real clear about that allows you to kind of step away from that messy middle of the business and say, okay, I now know what I need to do, why I'm doing it, what the resources I need, how it's going to deliver, and that outcome, back to your point earlier, what the goal of me doing it is. How is this moving me towards my outcome that I want and not pulling me away from? If having an unintentional action sort of tends is with what I see when entrepreneurs come to me and they've got 85 businesses and they're all doing all these things and it's amazing, but they've kind of got there's no order or organized, and they're kind of all over the place because there's no intention about anything. It's just kind of like, a kid in a candy store. Seems fun at the time, but when you reflect back on it, it's like you didn't really achieve very much with all that action.
Absolutely. The kid in the candy store is a very good there. I love it. Well, I'm super pumped to have talked with you about intention. I think it's a brilliant time for reminders. And really, I'll put a challenge out to everybody to think about what about 5 intentions that you're going to set for yourself? I intend to this, I intend to that, I intend to this. And yeah, sit with it for a little while and work out, get your clarity around what you're doing.
I love that, writing down the 5 things that you intend to do. If you're struggling with that, just 5 things you intend to do today, or 5 things you intend to do this week, or 5 things that you want your business to achieve in the next year. But setting those and writing them down is so powerful. We know that there's that kind of mind connection. If you're able to write it down and reflect on it and put it on paper, it helps it actually realize, because you start to then set strategies and structures around it. And it's what we do when any of the programs, whether it's your digital marketing programs and joining your online coaching programs, or whether it's us joining Empire Builders, every one of those activities that we do have a really clear intention, because we recognize the power and value it is for business owners to move us forward. So having purpose, having intention, having clarity really does help you grow your business. And that's what we're all here for. That's what we're trying to achieve in our businesses.
Totally. We all want success for the what effort and time we're putting in. So
100%.
Nobody wants a failed business, do they?
No, definitely not. It's been so much fun. So I love that challenge. Please, everyone, think about the 5 intentions and start writing down those 5 intentions that you want to do either today or this week or for your business. And then reflect on those and keep looking back at them and keep them on track, because it will be a game changer for your business. I know Carly and I have been talking about this kind of around this topic for many, many years, and we've realized the power of setting intention. So I hope you see some value in that in your business in the next couple of weeks. But Kylie, if we want to get hold of you and learn about the programs that you're doing, how do people do that?
Jump onto hellomedia.team and you can find all the information there, memberships, programs, all kind of great stuff. What about you, Jenny?
If you want to get hold of us and learn about our Empire Builders Mastermind, our business coaching program, we have a program at the end of March. Elephant in the Room, au.com, on our website, or on our LinkedIn and Insta are the best places to find us. So elephantintheroomau.com, reach out and have a yarn.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to speaking with you next time. And I'm doing so much deep diving into AI at the moment. I'm just doing every bit of research everywhere. I'm doing a big workshop in the States all through the night on Thursday morning. And so I feel like Monday could be a great day for us to do a little update on AI.
I think that's phenomenal. I think it's a great idea to talk about AI. It's such an important piece. Everybody's using it in their business, Kylie. So understanding what it means to our business and how we can really maximize it and use it to add value, I think it's an awesome topic and really great follow on from this conversation around understanding what our intentions and goals for our business are. Let's see how AI can help us get there.
Awesome. I love
it.
it. Thanks so much, Jenny. Great to see you.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for tuning into this episode of Bite Size Business Live podcast. Be sure to subscribe and follow us so you don't miss any episodes, including our AI session next week. Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you next time. Have an amazing week. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.